Hey guys, back again. Today we're just going to have a little chat on basically what gear to take when you go fishing. I thought I'd have a little chat about this one. How to explain this? When I go with a lot of people, they take far too, like we talk about, discuss what we're going to go target. And well, the best way is catch fish is basically when you want to target something is you go out and actually target that fish. Spend time, put hours in, or put a bit of time in, take the right kind of gear and target that fish. What I see a lot of people doing, and when I go with a lot of people, is they know what target fish are going to catch, but just in case they might take this rod for something else and this tackle box for something else and this and this and this. And all of a sudden you got a boat full of crap, stuff everywhere, and they spend 10 minutes trying to catch their target fish and then don't catch it, so they move on to something else, don't catch a fish there, then move on to something else, and go home scratching their head wondering why they didn't catch any fish. I see this a lot. So I'm just gonna, you'll get the idea as I go along, so I'm just gonna do a quick chat on, basically, because I'm always fishing on other people's boats, as you know. And when I'm going with people, we discuss on what we're gonna target. So basically I'm going to do a little chat. Say we're going to go out chasing jewies, okay? I'll go home, I'll grab my gear. This is basically what I'll take. I'll go home, I'll grab a bait rod, first thing. Okay, just a good old simple bait rod. And then I will take the rod I'm going to use for chasing jewies. So I'll have a live baiting rod. I've got my live baiting rod. So there's two rods, okay? And then I'll have my bag, trusty old Shimano bag over there. I'll have like a set of scales. Some people want to know what size fish is. That's not a must, but it does come in handy. But good diamond steel for cleaning, that's a must. Good knife for cleaning is an absolute must. You don't want to waste any fish after you catch them. A D-hooker, or a little D-hooker like so, or just a pair of pliers. Might need a spray. So this is a must, and this is what's always in my bag. Lip grips. Okay, and then trusty pair of scissors, for cutting braids and lines, everything else. Whatever leader I'm going to need, so it's chasing jewies, 60-pound leader, and then like my little tackle box here. That's got hooks, sinkers, swivels, the size I want. And that's pretty much all I'm going to take. Minus, bags, I might have a jacket or two in it, and a bottle of water. That's all, a bit of common sense, that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go chasing jewies. That's all I'll take. But a lot of the time when I get on other people's boats, okay, the time I get around to the house or get to the boat and meet them, they've already thought, oh, we might chase this and we might chase that. Then all of a sudden, my gear, then the guys I'm going with have got something similar, but all of a sudden, they've got another rod. Oh, we might throw a live bait out while we're float lining, while we're chasing jewies. So have another rod with a live bait out on the surface for a cobia at the same time. And then we might, float line for a snapper as well while we're out there with live baits down and floating live baits out. So we'll put our bait down for a snapper. And while that's out floating around, we might, drop a micro jig down as well and try. So all of a sudden, there's stuff, rods everywhere in the boat. And to go with all that stuff, there's also the lures, more leaders. This is more stuff from the boat. More leaders. More jigs, more. You can see how it's all adding up. And the point is, I'm trying to get across here, is when you take all this gear, you get sidetracked from your main targeted species. And a lot of people do this, and then they go home a few hours later after running around trying to catch about 6 different species, wondering why they didn't catch bugger all. All I'm trying to say is, guys, stop taking so much gear, work out what species are around, what you want to go chase. Get your bag, your proper gear for it, your live bait rods, your live baiting, your bait jigs, a little container of hooks and sinkers, some leader, bits and pieces, water, jacket. Just take a little bit of stuff. You don't need to take 20 other rods and all the tackle in the world. It's nice to have it on board, but all that does is it takes you away from your main focus of chasing one species of fish. And I see it all the time. People will take all this stuff, they just go around and around and try and chase different species. And they just get confused, they don't catch bugger all, and they go home scratching their heads wondering why. And then you've got to pack all this shit away. And there's lots of it. So for your next trip out, just do yourself a favour, cut back on taking 10 rods and bags of bags full of different things. Think you're going to chase one species. Get the gear you absolutely need for that species. Go out and target that species and put some hours in to do it. And I bet your fish and chips are a bit more successful. And the best thing is, you won't have all this other stuff to move around the boat and trip over on deck and everything else. If you're planning on doing a big trip, like you're going to go out to the shelf or out to the fishers and spend the whole day out there, then by all means take a couple of extra rods and a little bit of other gear, because there's so many different things you can do, and you're going for a long trip. So it's nice to have a couple of different options, but only a couple. Don't take your whole shed. Say you're going to want to chase a few kingfish in the morning with jigs, take a few jigs and a jig stick, and then take a bottom bashing rod and a bit of bait and some hooks and sinkers. But just a bag, you don't need a whole lot of stuff. And then you can use the bottom bashing stuff to go chase a few pearlies and snapper and get a nice feed. If the kingfish aren't playing, or your bag 8 and kingies, just try and target one or two species out wide. Just take the necessary gear. And if you're running around in close, the 18s and 24s, you're going out chasing snapper, take snapper gear only. Chasing dewies, take dewy gear and dewy gear only. Don't try and mix and match and get bored chasing one thing and go off and chase another. It's not usually going to work. Just focus on one species, take the gear you need for one species, and I bet you have a bit more success at fishing. And like I said, a lot less shit to move around the boat and get in the way. Anyway, thanks for that. I thought I'd just have that little spiel, just put it out there. Why don't you try it, guys? Less gear, and I bet your trip's a bit more successful. And after that, don't forget, August is just around the corner. It's another week or so away, and the 20 videos in 20 days will start, so don't forget about that. And then I'll be back to normal videos after that runs through. Anyway, guys, see you soon. Thanks. Bye.